You can't do enough UPWs. People think you can, you can't. You need to remind yourself all the time until you finally not just get it, but you do it. The single most important thing to transform your life, energy. Change your story, change your life. As soon as you change the meaning of something, you can completely see it in a different light. And the most important thing is your state. In 2016, I did my first other UPW, Unleash the Power Within by Tony Robbins. Did it with my dad. I have a lot to owe to my dad because he introduced me to the world of Tony Robbins. And for people who think personal development, is a bit of a, a rah-rah, bit of a something that's, excessive, whatever you like to call it. For me, not only has it been life-changing, it's been the thing that's kept it all together and for the thing that's going to take it all to the next level for me. So today, I'm in Birmingham for my second ever UPW in person. I've come solo and I'm doing just day one because I've got a family holiday that I've committed to, but that's the best day. The fire walk, I've done it once, but back then I was 16, 17. Now I'm 24 years old, venturing here on my own. I did it in lockdown, 2 virtual UPWs, saved me, stopped me from going insane, I suppose. And yeah, today's a huge day. And for me, like it always is, it's about going to the next level. It's not trying to conquer the world. It's about going to that next level. When it comes to my business, making more calls, I don't even get on the phone. I just do social media face to face, whether it's, relationships, whether it's my football, all of it. I'm going to see you in there. I'm going to talk to you a bit more about it, but I want to show you the event. Let's roll the video. What am I letting myself in for? I know what this is like. I know that day one's the best day. I know it's the most intense, and I'm doing it solo. Feeling a little bit worse for wear, but there we go. That's the idea of it. Energy is a habit, as he says. Let's do this. That's a bit nice. Good nerves though. So apparently my bag's too big, so I need to drop it off somewhere. What's that going to involve? It's funny, you can overhear all sorts of nationalities, and obviously this is in England, Birmingham, done it in London before, but ultimately I want to do the Day with Destiny in America. I've actually got a VIP ticket for today. I got it on Facebook at £300, so I kind of feel like I'm paying for one day. Just trying to find out what this bag drop is. Let me find out my bag drop and then I'll catch up. Not good, bit of a queue. If I do gold, I'll see if we can do VIP, hey? Right, suited and booted. I've come out to the calm, but I think it's coming out, so yeah, this is exciting stuff. By myself, 2023, UPW, and I've come for a boost. I've done it before. I don't need to start from scratch. I just need a big boost, and that's what today's all about. Going in.
You can focus on anything from your past. Anything right now is complexity is the enemy of execution. Complexity is the enemy of execution. The more complex you make it, the less likely you're going to follow through. We're going to do this, we're going to keep it simple and usable and follow through. When you're in business, you want other people to follow through, you're going to have it simple. If it's yourself, you got to have it simple. So I don't have to go fashion. That's not just sitting in your ass listening to something. If I'm procrastinating that for a day, this is what you destroy your time. You got to side dish. There is that thing, the same never screw the test out. And we're over else. I should find out your life industry changes. If you do anything for a day or two, you go, I can't come on and just push yourself a little higher and find it as a second thing. And then after a while, I promise you, the first day here is the hardest day by far. But by day 2, by day 3, you're going to be sailing. You will not believe the kind of energy that's available inside you once you awaken it. Say now, treat yourself to say yes. The things won't do that. Why would change? Yes, it's a different physiology than I'm not sure, I don't know, when you think about it. There's a difference in body. Notice when people depressed, the body comes from down. Think of something that you feel explosively excited. Right now, this is a celebration. Celebrate for a moment. This is a celebration. Or fear, frustration, anger, that you probably won't have yourself from people. Yes, doesn't have to be the same as everybody in the culture. Because listen to me, followers follow the culture, leaders create their own culture. And you get to decide if you're going to lead yourself or lead your Is it true? Yes. You know what's out there that pay more shit for people? It's true. You have that easy time. People create what? Bad times. Bad times create strong people. So you can't be bombed unless you have to be strong. And strong people create what? So guess what? You don't believe. You got to master the number one skill of leadership. What is that skill? Influence. If you want to earn more, you need influence. If you want to be physically strong, you got to influence what you put in your mouth, your hands. If you want to have great kids, you got to influence the person on the street corner. How many lions say I? Whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to feel. That's what I said earlier. You're not experiencing life, you're experiencing the life you focus on. Basically, you can your life. You can take your worst day and make it your best day. Do you have anything? How many people just want to feel better than before in your life? So basically, we experts want to go all person. We can do all the different things because everything you want really simply requires you to change your emotions. When you change your emotions, you'll change your actions, change actions, you'll get results. What would the next level be? Not your ultimate level. What would be a level that you feel like this would be a significant increase in the quality of your life? Awesome.
This is my football initiation song.
He's focused on the problem, not the solution, and then he has a pattern to focus. And the pattern is to go to death. Right? Past, not even the future, unless you live there. Today, missiles have a thermal mechanism like an RAS, and when you shoot at it, if it moves, it follows it. Until you got what you want. Here, I'll give you an example. How long would you give your average baby to learn how to walk? Before you shut it down and do you're just not a walker, do that. You go, what are you, crazy? But you're going to keep trying until they walk. Magic formula. Because he made everyone happy except school. Even when it looks like it's happening to me, it's happening for me. Our life is not controlled by other people. Our life is controlled by our beliefs. But in a beautiful state, you're going to discover everything in life happens for a reason and purpose. Everything is happening for you, not to you, but it's your job to figure out how it's for you.
Okay, mid UPW day one, absolutely unbelievable. You kind of get how great it is. I was last 16 when I did this. It's captivating because I've not been to the toilet all day. It's now 5:30. I've not even been to the toilet, not even got a drink. So I'm going to replenish. Fire walk tonight. It's getting good now. Just did a bit of sort of like visualization stuff, being grateful for stuff. And it all sounds like over the top to a lot of people, but this is the one thing that's kept it all going for me, and it will continue to. So yeah, got this ticket for £300. I'm quite proud of that. Just doing today, like I said, but absolutely incredible. So many types of people here, young, old, different countries. And yeah, really excited for the rest of the day. Lots to come, lots to take in. I'm thinking of so much right now. Loads of notes, pages and pages in my journal. So yeah, I'll keep documenting as much as possible. I'm not here for information, I'm here for transformation. Let's do this. Mid-UPW, day one, absolutely unbelievable. I'm captivated. Not even been to the toilet yet, in 6 hours. This is the shit. Maybe toilet's not such a good idea. I'll have to hunt for another one.
When I get in front of that water, I don't negotiate with myself. I don't go, okay, let me give myself a minute. Okay, well maybe tomorrow. Let me try to get warm first. No, it's 1, 2, 3, go! Go! There's no hesitancy. There's no negotiation. When you negotiate with yourself, you lose. You just do. You have to train yourself to do with yourself. I'm allowed to say snap out of it right effing now. I focus on what I feel on the other side. I don't focus on what I feel here. Similar tonight, if you stand in front of the car and go, oh my God, what if I burn my feet up and die? What if I become a stump dancer? Whatever. That's not going to get you there. What's going to get you is thinking about how I'm going to feel on the other side when I've already done it. Same thing here. So you train yourself not to negotiate, just do it. Does that make sense? So you got the first step.
Right, there we go. Little bit of come back to reality for a second. It's that good that you don't want to leave. But I remind myself, I'm literally here for a boost, quick hit. There's nothing wrong with that because I've done it before. I know Tony Robbins. I've got my ambition to do the Date with Destiny, virtual, in person, whatever, do it bigger, long term, do the platinum stuff. But for now, I'm just going to get a little bit of energy in me, even though energy comes from here, and get back in there, make the most of it, because I've got a firewalk to get ready for. And just a little point for someone who's not done this before, you were just talking about doing things even though you don't feel ready. He said if I had to wait till I felt ready to do most things, I wouldn't do them. But the thing is, I only, fundamentally realise that this is only really worth it if you go away and get results. But you make it worth it, not Tony Robbins. You make it worth it. You go away and apply it. So that's worth bearing in mind. Don't mind this trim, by the way, looking fresh. Yeah, my hair had been long for a long time, so holiday, couple of days, need to keep it fresh. Secret has come out. Avoid the queues of the toilets back there. Got a bit of this to try, by the way. I've had the normal one. This is the caffeine one. Shouldn't really have it, but have a bit of it. Not cold. Ice pop prime. Got it on the way here. They had all of them. $2.99, not too bad. Let's give it a little taste test. I've not drunk anything in like 6 hours. Bet it's awesome. I normally only have this if I'm doing something intense or got a really long day, but firewalks, I think that counts. Apparently it's got 6 times more caffeine than like Coke, but Coke's not a caffeine drink, because this is. It's alright. It's all the same at the end of the day, isn't it? Right. Bit of food I reckon, get back in there. I think they're about to do some priming, so I want to catch that. Got a bit of stuff in my bag. Let's go.
What's the sound to make on the 3rd month? It's not that it's not good, it's just that now it's a job. 9 minutes earlier it was a miracle, now it's already an expectation. That's what's happening with technology to us. That's why people are not patient with other people anymore. It's just social media. It's social media where you can say anything without consequences. And tonight I'm going to show you why social media, for so many people, is so painful. And you'll understand if you want to kind of deal with it. But the core thing you gotta understand is we're used to being controlled. And humans are not like your phone. By the way, you see somebody on the phone, they're not gonna get you snapping. Give it a moment, it's going for satellites! If you want to have happiness in this your life, here's a simple principle. Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole life will change in that moment. I'll say it again. Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole life will change in that moment. Expectations not being met will stress us out. Appreciation will never stress you your shitty state. Man, if you just change your, put your shoulders back, make you look, stay out, go, you know. The second you know it's impossible, then you know. With a new tryout, you'll have new results.
Right, just mid-exercise here, UPW. I think I just tackle people looking at me as if I'm Tony Robbins. It's quite amazing, the man looks like it. I'll take it. Right, fire walk coming very soon. We're going to get in the zone for that. Look at this. So currently 8 PM here at UPW. We just about to finish an exercise, sharing our human needs, positive ways, negative ways we meet them. What I love about this environment, everyone's like-minded. You look around, everyone just wants to get better in life and do things to the next level. That's what it's all about. So yeah, probably going here till about midnight. Next bit's all about the firewalk. So it'll be my second ever firewalk. Looking forward to this.
You have a rhythm in your body. Oh, this feels good, bro. Shake the building one more time, go!
Right, last little pit stop before we go back in with the firewalk stuff. It's amazing how they have all the translation stuff for all different countries. 100 plus different countries here, it's unbelievable. To think if I did an event, it'd be all English, probably. No, but absolutely brilliant. I think the only way to compare this for me right now is actually like, a bit like going to the gym. You know, they call it newbie gains. When you start going to the gym for the first time, when you're young, you start getting into it, you lift a weight and your muscles popping, it's massive, and you really feel like making massive changes. Now, I'm not new to this. It's those little changes that mean the world, mean the difference. But those little differences, those little changes are everything. So, final stretch now for the day. Little nutrition stand over there. Might check it out. Alkaline stuff. I've had it before, the powders. It's more really. But yeah, firewalk coming up. Gonna get it filmed. The more I get out and about, the more I realise I just need to build myself up to a point where I'm out and about more, because life is not at home, it's out in the arena, on the field, in the trenches. But you can always find your way back home. But the key is you get yourself out there. Best known brands in the world are out there. So yeah.
Takes the vitamins. How you gonna feel about what? Outside. Yes. That's the law. Yes. Now, I promise you, you will be. Now, by the way, some of you flyers are not going to do it for some of you it's heights, for some of you it's his people. They're expecting to sit behind us in the
So I've done this before.
Yes.
It doesn't get easier. I need this. Yes. All my skydivers.
Still up strong. Make your move. Now, go! And when you go, though, you're going to walk, not run, in a state where you're strong. So you walk so strong all the way across. No hesitancy. So what you imagine is they walk, you don't want those thoughts. Instead, you're going to think about how you're going to feel about God. Think yourself how you're going to feel when you storm through the virus. see if you get a yes inside, or an image, or you just trust it's yes, and shout the word yes, go.
Yes! 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 Come on. Second time, let's do this. Back in we go. Feeling great. Oh, it's brilliant. Look at my feet. It's bits of charcoal coal on me. Anyway, it's just about that moment of making a leap. It's going to come in the future. When I do a skydive, asking a girl out, making the call, anything like that, anything that takes a bit of confidence, puts that makes everything else, puts it to shame. You see that big one, I got a photo by it, that's the kind of thing I was walking across, just a smaller version. That's a 100-foot one. One for the future. Become a platinum partner, you do the big stuff. Start small, build big. Look at this, absolutely incredible. Fly walk in the bag. Oh, exhilarating, day one all done. Only day for me this time, but that's how I wanted it. Holiday, come in a couple of days. Unbelievable. So many people were nervous before. When it came to it, I was like, oh no. Tried to get it filmed, they were like, no. Be in the moment. I was like, fair enough, you're right. I do it too often. It's a balance. Well, UPW day one all done here in Birmingham. And last time was in London, this time's in Birmingham. Another great experience. 7 years on, I've come a long way since I was 16. I achieved so much. Got my black belt, I graduated, set up a business, took some risks, met some great people. And the journey, this is part of a long journey. This is only, I always say, it is really only the beginning. You know, there's so much more to experience. And what can I say? We got what we came for. The number one thing I came for was the firewalk. And it's not the firewalk. It's a metaphor, it really is. Because, trust me, there's easier things. There's also worse things. I'm building up to test myself fully, like skydives, like I've mentioned. But it's exhilarating, and if it's just enough to boost me for say the next 6 months, then that's what it's about. He recommends doing events like this twice a year. And for all the people who berate it, some people don't like Tony Robbins, they're not really experienced it, yet they comment. You know, anyone, myself, friends, family, they're always a bit doubtful, like, do you really need to do that? You've done it before. And I'm like, yeah, always. The training never stops, as Tony Robbins says. And I don't know it inside out, I'm not a master, but I definitely know a hell of a lot more than I used to. And I know it very, very well. Probably not the 10,000 hours yet, but whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's getting more money, being independent, taking more risks, being bolder, being more confident, everything. That's what I came for. I'm just going to look through my notes and do a little recap for you, what we did today. What I like about it, there was an exercise at the beginning where straight away you're just talking to people. It's like, go and talk to someone as if you really can't be bothered, and then really enthusiastic as if they're a long lost friend. It's just getting you out yourself. Things I avoided at school, things I never used to do. Public speaking, I stood over there earlier on. And I remember back then, first of all, I couldn't believe how long he talks for without a script and an auto cue, even though he has prompts. But then secondly, I was like, I could never envision myself talking in front of that. Whereas this time I can actually see it. And I love it when you come to places a few years later, a few months later, and you can finally see the light. Maybe you're not there yet, but you will be. My voice is going a little bit because a lot of shouting. But so be it. I've done a lot of things and it's really made me want to get back into routine of doing an hour of powers, priming, all the stuff Tony recommends. If you listen to the experts, you won't go far wrong. I'm just going to grab my journal and I'll give you a final recap of this extraordinary unleash the power within. And the main message is what you need is already in you. It's in you, as you, it is you, as Tony Robbins would say. You just need to unleash it. And this is Luke Morton reborn. Give me a second, I'm just going to digest. I'll give you a couple more minutes of info. Just before I do that, my feet, it's mainly dirt, I suppose, but I'm milking it a little bit. They were putting every so often more coal on, and I was like, please don't be like a fresh batch for me. And it was kind of in between. But then again, it's like the old saying, if it's easy, do it easy. If it's hard, do it hard. Well, what a day. We got what we came for. Unleash the power within, firewalk all done, getting yourself in state, turning fear into power. And if you've never done a firewalk, you have to, but do it here. There's bigger ones. They had a 100-foot one out there, which I took a photo with. But to give you an idea, in this photo, that's what I was walking across, just a smaller version. But more to come. I want to do skydivers in the future, things like that. And it's the same principle, it really is. Been an extraordinary day. It's been a series of things leading up to this, and I've got more planned as well. But UPW can't go far wrong. It was my second one ever in person. Did it in 2016 when I was 16, 17 with my dad. Came solo today. In many ways it's good because you just find a way to go and talk to people, mix with people, get out your shell, and it's night and day when you turn up to by the end of the day. It really is. So I can't recommend it enough. I can't talk. Lost my voice a little bit. Can't recommend it enough. I did a couple of virtual ones in COVID, got me through COVID, stopped me going insane. And this is going to be the catapult for the next few months for me. And look, people say, oh, but what happens if it doesn't work? I know it's going to work for me. It's going to boost me for the next few months, and that's all I need. And then you do another thing. And that's the idea of life, to keep growing, keep giving. It's been incredible. More posts to come. So I think the easiest thing will just be to, because I don't normally do this, and I think that's a big thing I'm learning in my whole life, is that if I write something down, go back over it and review it. Because too often than not, I capture stuff. Same with vlogs. I'll document it, which is the most important thing, get it on record, but then put it out there. Otherwise, it's no use to anyone. So I turned up, and the first thing I wrote to myself, I had to remind myself, was it's not the information. It's not about the information. It's about the transformation. It's about what you do with it. So if you do nothing with it, then was it really worth it? Yeah, you have a good time, but where it's going to stand out for you and where you're going to stand out in life and be outstanding is by applying what you know. I'm on 10%, so I'm going to whisk through this. I'm not going to talk about everything, but I said to myself, I want to leave unleashed. You have to rewire yourself. If you're in a bad place, you just have to rewire yourself. Retool. I like to constantly remind myself, why am I here? And I said to myself, I want to go to the next level. When it comes to my business, I want to make more calls. When it comes to, being bold or, not putting off that skydive, because to me it represents moments in your life where you'll be given an opportunity and you have to take it. Because to me, anything worth having doesn't come easy. And if it's someone I want to meet, celebrity, a girl, business partner, out in the market stalls, having a vision to go out to America, be a better presenter, need that confidence. And it comes from within, but it's just unleashing it, unleash the power within. Don't make things complex, execute, keep it really simple. Take 10 things right now in my life, and I'd recommend this as well, and just simplify them and get them done. Information without emotion is barely retained. So he talks about 9/11, people remember that. I wrote down 2,000 times, you can't do enough UPWs. People think you can, you can't. You need to remind yourself all the time until you finally not just get it, but you do it. Time is emotion. Today went so quick because I'm enjoying it so much. The leader sees things as they are, not worse than they are. So many people make things worse, they don't even try. I like the thing where he said Donald Duck and he put the guy's arm out and then he said, say I'm Donald Duck, and then his arm just went down. But then when he said, for instance, me saying I am Luke Morton, his arm was strong. It's just mind stuff. Roger Bannister example of the 4-minute mile. As soon as he did it, more people could do it. 200 people did it because they thought it was possible. Same with me. If I see someone in a relationship, if I see someone doing business well and they're similar age to me or a little bit older, don't compare, just realise it's possible. The single most important thing to transform your life, energy. You need your sleep, you need your food, you need your nutrition, but energy is a habit. Get yourself in state every day, like I am right now. Recognise patterns. Most people recognise patterns, but they don't use them. Why can some people read a book? Like for instance, I talked about to myself how to win friends, influence people. Using someone's name is a big deal, but not enough of us do it. But when someone does use your name, you really pay attention. But not everyone reads a book and applies it. Pattern utilisation and pattern creation. Doing things with what you learn. 60% of what we do is habit. What else? There's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just patterns that you're running. Beliefs control everything, they really do. No winter will last forever. If you're going through a bad time, don't worry. Summer is coming. You just have to keep, if you're going through hell, keep going. I said to myself, patterns, going on my phone too much, waking up and going on my phone, eating certain foods, overspending, making notes but not structured, just like, not being disciplined enough with it. Clicking too much. I click my neck too much, get a bit of neck pain. All little things that add up, and then starting to do things like cold calls a bit more, doing vlogs in busier places, not just when it's quiet. This is relevant for now. But if I'm at a football match, don't hold back. Do that next level vlogging. Do events in my juicing business. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, just to get the gist of it. Be able to do more with what I already have, basically. Invest into my business, get that bio machine so I can serve people nationwide. Fulfill that American dream. Doesn't have to be this year, doesn't have to be next year, but get wheels in motion, get things in motion. Actually act on the things and the people you've met. Get interviews with people. Go for the work experience. Talk sport in London. Maybe move out for a bit, become more independent. Who knows? To influence someone, you have to know what influence them. I've got a lot of notes here, as you can see. Just trying to get the real gist of it. Emotion created by motion. Reminding me all the time, that's why I'm doing it, just to sort of relay it to myself. So many good looking women here. Get yourself a Tony Robbins girl. He talked about this guy in a fight, and he said, the way I get more energy is I just keep going. I don't burn out. I don't have a tank that runs out. It's good to get yourself laughing. I just thought of so many funny things, like one of my friends saying certain words funny, like he says society, and I'm just like society, or psychopath. There's just words I picked up and it's out of context, but it's so funny. Put yourself in a peak state. If you take action, doesn't mean you're guaranteed to succeed. That's why you need the right beliefs to get better results. You tap into more potential. Quality of your life is quality of your emotions. 3 decisions, big for me, because what you're going to focus on, what does it mean, what are you going to do? I've written that wrong, but I remember it. What if your worst day can be your best day? Biography is not destiny. The past doesn't equal your future. Focus on what you have, not what you're missing. Focus on the future and what you can create, but remember the past. Use the best bits of it, but be in the present. Remember, you'll always find a way. Focus on what you can control. Just checking this mic is still on. Yep, we're still good. What's preventing me? Hesitating, overthinking. Do what's necessary, make the call. Go up to that person. Stick to the systems, what people say. Study up, read it. Do more things that make you better. Don't do the things that waste your time. Remember, it all comes from state. Get rid of fear. You're never going to get rid of fear. You just have to use it. Distress or use stress. Met some great people. Trying to pack it all into one day. Stay in your head. You're dead. I need to get out of my head. Too often I'm in my head. As soon as I wake up, next time I'm going selling, I'm getting in a physical state. Going on a cross trainer, doing treadmill, getting bouncing. Cold shower. Don't hesitate. Don't negotiate with your mind. Just do it. If you're someone who's never done a cold shower, build up to it. Focus on where you want to go, not what you fear. That's what the firewall was all about. Focus on the people who are helping you and get to that where you want to go, not what you fear in front of you. Don't focus on the fire. Like I said, it's little changes for me now. It's not about the big newbie gains. It's about those little distinctions. It's all about meaning. The same situation can mean something different to someone else. Is it the end or the beginning? In every moment, find what you can love. Change your story, change your life. As soon as you change the meaning of something, you can completely see it in a different light. We don't experience life, we experience our own experience of life. Events are going to happen, everyone's going to experience extreme stress. Are you going to be the one that's going to find the positive, even if it's really tough? Sounds hard, it's doable. And a year ago, I was in a bad place. Honestly, I was just in a bad place all round. Got really down, I built back up, and now I'm here, I feel alive. It's getting that alive factor back. All suffering is about yourself. Life's not about me, it's about we. I need to learn that more often. My parents sometimes say I'm selfish. I need to be less selfish because that's the day it all changes. But it'll be over time. Science of achievement, art of fulfillment. Success leaves clues. Find someone who's doing it and model them, copy them until you find your own way of doing it even better. Success without fulfillment is failure. There's some more people doing firewalls, but they're probably the 100-foot one. How to create stuff. Focus, laser focus. If I've looked at anything in my life, it's because I got really focused, took massive action, effective execution. You can't just take massive action and go blasé. You need to keep refining what works and what doesn't, and then you need a bit of luck, a bit of grace. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So much, I might have to do a separate video for this. Life is too short to suffer. There's no point in being down for a prolonged period of time, there really isn't. Money magnifies who you are. make a real decision. You know, doing that fire walk, it's not baby stuff. It's not Mickey Mouse, as some people would say. It's real. And you have to see that as a metaphor for this is what's going to change your life. Change like your life depends on it. And I said to myself, why am I going to live in a beautiful state? Because I'm made for so much more. I'm yet to experience it all. I'm just getting started, and all the effort so far, giving up is not an option. All that time in lockdown, when I was just vying for the day like this, where I'd finally get back out there and get the confidence back that I lost. Because what is lost can be found. It's pathetic, it's a metaphor, but as a film I saw once, it was like, what is lost can be found. And I thought it's the same with your confidence. If you lose it, you can get it back. You never lose it. It's a muscle memory. 3 steps to becoming a practical psychologist. What stops most people is fear. You have to get over that fear. You do it anyway. Courage is doing it anyway. People fear they're not going to be loved, it's not going to be enough, but it's not true. All loss is an illusion. I have to remind myself of that. And the most important thing is your state. Understanding the human needs, direction determines destiny. The big thing for me, I'm very good at putting myself in state. I'm very good. That's what I've got better. I'm going to flip the camera because my arm is hurting. What I really came for is being able to go deep into things. I struggled to write that book, edit that video, make those calls. So I get in my head, stay in your head, you're dead. I'm going to try and wrap this up because I'm going to lose the will to talk in a second because I've been talking all day, but my mum told me I can talk for England. But if you're still with me, where was I? I've completely lost where I was now. Yeah, getting in your heart. If there's one thing I need to do every day, is just take 2 minutes, because when I do it, everything's better. If I have an awkward situation, a difficult situation, I face it so much better. So heart breathing, when your heart and brain waves are aligned, everything's better. I had some ideas as well, start doing some exhibitions and events, you know, with my juicing, because one of the reasons I'm not doing so well, so I just focus on 1 or 2 avenues. You need multiple streams of income, as they say, multiple ways of doing things. Willpower doesn't last. What lasts is replacing a bad habit, for instance, with a positive one, because then the bad one will go away. Find something more fulfilling. Unbelievable, it really was. And I got loads of notes on my phone. But yeah, I'm happy. You can see the smile on my face. I needed this across every area of my life. And like Tony Robbins says, I used to come to these things expecting the world. Trade your expectations for appreciation. Appreciate the fact that now, you know, drive back home for 2 hours, reflect on all of this. I'll probably get ideas popping in my mind. And this is only the beginning. Date with Destiny is the goal. It's virtual. I'm going to ask about it because I think if you're a platinum member, you can do it in person, but we'll see. But they're all different experiences. I have my dad to thank for this because he introduced me to this. And it's like Spider-Man. This is my gift. This is my curse. Because when you're into the self-development stuff, you can't get out of it. And you're down a certain path. But when you make it works like nothing else. And almost to the point where you feel bad for people who don't know about it. And that's why I'm going to go home and recommend it to so many people. I had a couple of friends text me saying, oh yeah, tell me all about it. So yeah, if you've not been to a UPW Unleash Your Power Within in the UK, in the US, do it. Maybe try a virtual one to start with, but the full experience, do the firewalk. The wood break is good as well. But what can I say? Most people are getting going now. I need to get going because I need to get my bag before midnight. What can I say? Life will never be the same. See you in the next one. Oh yeah, and they say never meet your heroes. I was seeing Tony Robbins on stage, going to try and get a selfie, but he goes behind stage, doesn't do the firewall big, so I'm recording. One of my goals now, meet Tony Robbins. That would make my year, to meet a person I've followed for many, many years now, probably 15 years plus. When I was 7 or 8, my dad introduced me to the tapes. And I've got some other long-term visions as well. Work at the World Cup on the media front, if not playing it. So yeah, meet Tony Robbins, that's the goal. One of the many goals. To meet him, that would be awe-inspiring, it really would. Good night.